The U.S. stock market seems to be slowing down in its gains. Today the Dow is up or down a small amount and the NASDAQ up a small amount. Last few days the gains have been slowing down to some losses and lower gains in the S&P, NASDAQ, and Dow. I think this rally in the stock market we've had is slowing down from a technical analysis standpoint. I mean, many indicators have indicated for weeks that the stock market has gone too high in this little rally. It's overbought. The volume on up days is very low. The volume on down days is very high. From a technical standpoint, there are a lot of indicators that show that this stock market rally probably is slowing down and may turn around. I was reading that a technical stock market analysis, Elliott wave theory, is predicting perhaps another major downward movement in the stock market sometime in May. His Elliott wave charts are showing the momentum, the waves of the stock market are indicating we could have another downward movement similar to 2000 and 2007. I was also just reading that the United States is the debt of the government as a percent of GDP is going to approach 100%. That the U.S. government's debt is going to approach 100% of the United States gross national product, domestic product. And that hasn't happened for a long time. I think I saw a chart during the Great Depression, it reached that status. No doubt this government debt will play a major fundamental factor in the near future of the U.S. economy and world economy. I read also just now that the state of California is about to go bankrupt without having enough money to pay its bills, water bills and other things. The country of Greece has a very high debt level, a hard time servicing their country's debt. They're in financial troubles along with several other European countries. So the fundamentals of the countries in this free world, Europe, United States, there's a lot of very negative fundamental things going on with the government's finances. Interest rates are creeping up for the 10-year government bond. So-called risk-free rate, as I stated before, is not risk-free anymore. It's more risky than a lot of companies, such as Berkshire Hathaway, I think, and Lowe's, and several large U.S. corporations have lower interest rate on their corporate debt than the U.S. government, which was called the risk-free rate of return when I went to college. So even though there are companies reporting improving earnings, some of the government stimulation of money in different areas have stimulated different companies and given them profits. The real estate market, residential real estate market, still, I read, is in a place where prices of houses could still go down even further because there are a lot of houses owned by banks in foreclosure status that may be foreclosed upon in the near future. And the simple supply and demand equation for residential real estate is that, the more houses there are for sale, and the less buyers there are, the less people with money to buy houses, it forces prices down. Supply exceeds the demand. And one thing that stimulated demand before, the rise in prices with the buyers were getting easy money to get loans from banks, which when the government lowered interest rates and people get a 100% loan to buy a house with no money down on their signature, perhaps, different, very easy, lenient financing, stimulated the real estate market, stimulated all the prices, people buying houses, buying more houses than they could afford, and now it's coming back to hit, and that's not going to be over with for a while because there's still a lot of people who are in foreclosure. Where I live, there's people in foreclosure. I mean, if you've got money to buy a house right now, it's a buyer's market. It's a good time to buy if you've got the money. You may get a better time to buy in the next year. It may be a better you maybe get a better price. You don't know. There's all kinds of government political actions that affect this and the interest rates and everything else. But in general, I think that I'm going to tell my clients of my private hedge fund and investment club that stock market's trend is what it is. The fundamental reasons to try to explain the trend are what they are and what I've said. So we're keeping our eyes open all the time for any shift in the direction of the stock market. One of my areas of study in college at Purdue Krannert was strategic planning. I didn't go to Purdue Krannert to study operations. Some people who are strangers to me say, you know, Purdue Krannert, the only thing about it could possibly be is operations. If you're going to be no different than everybody else, the only thing it can possibly be is operations. Well, you see, nobody ever says that to me in a formal interview. And you know, I had interviews for jobs at banks around here where these little boys kind of act like they're tough guys, and it's like, you know, when you're better than the boy interviewing you, are they going to hire you? Probably not. See, everything I did was marketing, strategic planning, finance, management of the company. Management of the company, the purpose of the management of the company is to managers or to manage the company in a manner to maximize the value of the stock. Well, in reality, I've never been paid money to manage any company in a manner to maximize the value of the stock. I don't work for free. And as several of my friends, acquaintances say, you know, everybody maxes their own shareholder value. Everybody does what's best for themselves, what puts the most money in their own pocket to maximize their own value, their own self, you know. So sometimes you may see CEOs on TV talking about maximizing stock owner value, and they're Warren Buffett talking about that and all this other stuff. Well, Warren Buffett got a business license, and his story at Smith Barney, and my personal experience with the punks at Smith Barney, maximizing stock owner value, strategic planning, finance, marketing. See, this little video is marketing, advertising. In some ways, a strategic plan by myself to, you know, maybe bring something good to myself and let people know what the negative things are going on in Kansas City, what the truth is about Kansas City, United States, what's going on. I think some people live in a make-believe world where they don't know, you know, I don't know. I mean, all kinds of people say things. I think, really, where do you come from? You know, come to reality. I live in reality. This is reality. Listen to me, it's reality. Well, I guess the bottom line is, that's me. That's the kind of person I am. What I do right now. I think what I do right now is based on the hedge fund paycheck precedent. Everything I've done has been based on money, precedents and money. You know, just like Mike Milken's paycheck established precedents when I got out of college, hedge fund babies are establishing precedents with money right now. And that's the way I will always be. Precedents established by individuals getting money and business licenses inferior myself. And all the fraud with people representing, misrepresenting, pretending, misrepresenting me, making rumors and spreading gossip about me or to me about other people, or, you know, just one thing bullshit after another. But I'm on house arrest right now, and I don't like it. And I'm not getting that $5 million a year paycheck or business license that I've always demanded. Nothing but the best for myself. The market establishment of everything. Precedents established in every way. Well, that's the kind of person I am. What kind of people are you? What kind of person are you? I don't know.